Happy Friday, everybody, and happy November. Hope you had a great week. Today is November 1st, 2024, and this is your Friday planning video. We've now left Cybersecurity Awareness Month, October. Scary stuff. If you're still looking for ideas on how to lock down your data and protect yourselves and your online version of you, let's talk about it. We're moving into Long-Term Care Awareness Month, and I want to talk to you about that a bit today. Before I do that, in the spirit of the season and the just completed Halloween holiday, I want to talk about some things that are a bit scary. And more importantly, you'll see the work that we do week in and week out with you, it is to address most of these fears. These are some of the facts that should worry you and should get you thinking if we're on the right track with our goals. If any of these fears are shared by you, let's talk. And the best to get a year-end meeting in place soon. First item, according to Goldman Sachs, 62% of working people and 45% of retirees have less in savings than $200,000. We've spoken about these before. These are one of the risks we talk about in the sandwich generation. Those who retire planning on living off of Social Security and a small investment income, these are a danger to their kids who may end up footing the bill later. This, of course, can be addressed and should be discussed. There are a lot of tools to use for this, including income-generating annuities or other investments, so let's talk about it. Just to put a finer point on that, 38% of retirees and 39% of working baby boomers have less than $100,000 in retirement savings. In line with that is scare number two. According to Edelman Financial Engines, they say that nearly 1/3 of workers, 1 in 3, fear that they will never be able to retire. Retirement savings and retirement income planning are very high on our list of goals. Next one to ponder, and remember, I'm not looking to give you angst. This is to get you motivated. So people who want to start to plan, but most don't for one reason or another, that's what these scares are for. According to a recent BlackRock study, nearly 2/3 of Gen Xers worry about running out of money in retirement. Oddly or not so oddly, about 2/3 of respondents also think they're on track for retirement savings. I'm not sure who's answering which question, but regardless, add to that 56% of millennials, they share that fear. Last two, and it will lead us into the next part. According to PGIM, only 2% of $34 trillion in retail retirement assets are safeguarded against longevity risk. This goes with some of the discussions we've had for permanent income plans, many through annuities or life insurance. And finally, according to National Institute of Retirement Security, 81% of women, and although the report did not quote a number for men, we can imagine that's high too, they're worried about the cost of long-term care. And here we are, Long-Term Care Awareness Month. You might be wondering why I'm bringing this up now, especially if you're young and in good health. Long-term care insurance often feels like something to think about later in life, but waiting can be costly. Planning for long-term care early, even in your 40s and 50s, can have significant financial benefits. Healthcare costs continue to rise, and the likelihood of needing some form of long-term care is higher than many realize. By planning now, you lock into lower rates and ensure that you have coverage when you need it. The younger and healthier you are when you start, the more affordable and accessible long-term care can be. Beyond cost, early planning also gives you more control. You can explore different types of policies, evaluate hybrid options that include life insurance, and tailor a plan that does align with your overall financial goals. Incorporating long-term care into your financial plan early also protects other assets. Without it, families often have to use their retirement funds or even liquidate investments to cover long-term care expenses. Long-term care insurance helps to preserve these assets, so they're there to support your lifestyle goals and even your legacy that you want to leave behind. If you have questions or you want to explore your options, let's talk about that. Together, we'll work to find the best way to protect your future starting today. To wrap this up, one more statistic from BlackRock. 80% of respondents say that they worry about their retirement fund hurting their mental health. So I think we have plenty of reasons to talk and talk soon. This coming week will probably be one of the most important weeks of the year. And so we have this little thing called the election. Be sure to vote. And immediately following that, the Federal Reserve meeting. These will have effects on markets and our lives, probably. I'll recap this week and preview next week on Monday with the market update. And then again next week with the planning video on Friday. For now, take a deep breath. I hope this was not too scary. And maybe if we're working together correctly, these fears don't worry you. Most of you, they will not. So pat yourselves on the back, but things do keep changing. We'll have to do all we can to keep up. Have a great weekend.